In their bid for Middle East domination, ISIS terrorists have murdered, raped, and abused thousands of women in Syria and Iraq. Now some of these courageous survivors want to share their stories with the world. CBN International correspondent Gary Lane went to Iraq to talk with 3 women who stood up against the barbarity of ISIS.
This is the story of 3 women who suffered personal loss because of the war against ISIS. Each one has struggled to overcome their painful experiences. One is a soldier, another a young Yazidi, and another a Syrian refugee. After a summer of terror, ISIS is now on the defensive. Iraqi Kurds say American bombing raids have helped them beat back the advance. American airstrikes have definitely had a devastating impact on Islamic State fighters. But there's one thing that they fear more than American bombs, and that's female Peshmerga fighters with guns. Meet the women of the 2nd Battalion, a force guarding Iraqi Kurdistan. More than 500 women serve in this unit. Nasreen Hamlawa is the battalion's deputy commander.
These women are the best examples of Peshmerga. They are very brave women. When it comes to being a hero, there's no difference between men and women.
She's no stranger to war, fighting for years against Saddam Hussein and Iran. She convinced family members to join up, but that came with a fatal cost.
She was really good, a high example to the girls, very smart and brave. She gave herself as a sacrifice for the sake of Kurdistan.
Last fall, an ISIS sniper killed Nasreen's 26-year-old daughter, Rangan. She left behind a husband and 2 children.
The difficult part is my grandchildren. They miss their mom. Usually, when I see them, I cry.
Tears flowed as she spoke of her grandchildren growing up without their mother. Her pain seemed to ease as she proudly explained that her daughter gave her life for the homeland. Nasreen says she's more determined than ever to stop the kidnapping, selling, and sexually abusing of women.
If anyone should fight against ISIS, it should be the women.
This 22-year-old Yazidi woman, we'll call her Shanar, was one of thousands kidnapped by ISIS militants. It happened last August as many Yazidis fled to Sinjar Mountain to escape ISIS militants. They captured Shanar and put her with about 100 other Yazidi girls, some as young as 10 years old.
They were forcing the girls to convert to Islam and then marry ISIS members. They beat our legs, heads, and arms, demanding all of us to serve them or be used as sex slaves.
Shanar says ISIS fighters came to the house and offered the girls money for sex. Many of them were sold for as little as $1.
They were really determined to harm us. They abused us and took pleasure in it. Most of us wanted to die.
Some of the girls have attempted suicide to escape the abuse. An alarming number have succeeded. Last November, Shanar secretly contacted an uncle who helped rescue her, her young sister, and 5 other girls. Freedom, however, did not bring joy.
I didn't rejoice because even when I was rescued and was over the border inside Turkey, I realized that 27 of my family members were missing.
While she says life is difficult without them, Shanar says she's glad she at least helped some of the girls escape ISIS.
I helped them a lot, and I am very happy that I could help return the girls and my sister who were with me.
Hanifa escaped Syria after fighting between the Syrian government and the Islamic State destroyed her home. Once there, she landed a job with a Christian organization and started reading the Bible.
I learned a lot about Jesus. He's not just a normal human, he is God. He cleansed me of my sins. I was dead, and now I have a new life.
A miraculous healing caused Hanifa to leave Sunni Islam. Doctors had scheduled surgery to remove a life-threatening tumor, so she prayed the operation would be unnecessary. She says her doctor was surprised moments before the surgery when he discovered the tumor had miraculously disappeared.
The doctor kept saying, "It's impossible, it's impossible. Where's your tumor? What have you done?" I told him I just prayed to God. He said, "You are okay, that's impossible." But I didn't care what he thought because I knew God had healed me.
As a Christian, Hanifa's life is in jeopardy because she's considered an apostate.
It is dangerous for me, but Jesus is with me. He is God. He saved me, so He'll keep me safe.
Today, she organizes clothing and other items to distribute to those in need. As ISIS seeks to eradicate Christianity, Hanifa is trying to increase Christian numbers by sharing her testimony. She says she has a special burden for refugees from Kobani.
I tell them my story. I want the Kobani people to know Jesus.
Hanifa, Shanar, and Nasreen, 3 courageous women overcoming ISIS with guns, determination, and God's Word. Gary Lane, CBN News, Solomania, Iraq.